just like the Ukrainians are united in this coalition currently against Russia, and Ukrainians are fiercely divided. They are fiercely divided on a good day. But when there's a existential Kremlin threat, they all get on the same team in a coalition of enemies, right? The Ukrainians are very good at uniting a coalition of very different groups that on a normal day would be at each other's throats. They've been full on fistfights in Ukraine's parliament. There's a saying among Ukrainians, if you want to start two clubs, start one. All right, and it's going to break apart soon enough, because that's how argumentative or whatever. That's how passionate Ukrainians can be with each other. And so, but when they face a threat, they unite. So I think that's the spirit we have to take. We call out the powers that be. We state facts as facts where everyone's betraying us and falling short. But then we unite in this Ukrainian-style coalition against an existential threat when it comes to the general election. But during the primary season, it is a moral imperative that we primary the hell out of people like Schumer and Pelosi and others. We have not had good quality primary candidates. They've been too fringe, but there needs to be a cultural shift, a way of looking at primaries as a healthy discussion, not a threat to the much-needed unity required to win elections, right? Unity wins. Unity always wins elections. The Liberals over in the UK got a historic defeat because the opposition was too divided. Hillary lost in part in 2016, not just because of the Russians, but because the opposition was divided. And the Russians were playing on that for a reason, because unity is an important weapon against encroaching fascism and authoritarianism. But let's change the idea around that by saying, okay, in the primary, we'll have a healthy debate on what kind of country we want to live in and how we're going to protect ourselves and create much needed life-saving structural reforms. And then, let the people vote. Let the party be objective and neutral in order to run a fair and free primary. Let's get quality candidates to come up there and represent much needed ideas for our country moving forward, much needed solutions. Let's have a healthy discussion.
Yes, I do think that civic nationalism is important. Unfortunately, when it comes to what issue will bring us all together, I've been saying this for years, it's elite corruption. It's elite criminal impunity. The one thing I've seen people unite about are the actions of individuals like Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell or the Sackler family. These criminal elites that I guess until last week with Maxwell just get away with the absolute worst crimes for decades on end, making no one trust institutions rightfully. No one trusts the government. Everybody frustrated and suspicious. With the Sacklers, you had mass death from opioids, and then they get, declared permanently immune from prosecution. Like, everyone hates this. It doesn't matter who you voted for. You could go from the far left to the far right. Everybody hates this. So this is something that potentially we could all unite around, but it would mean being very, very honest about criminal elites and who they align with and what they've done, and the fact that we're all victims of this system. But unfortunately, it's like the darkest unifying point, but it is one, and it does need to be gutted out.